across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at staycity.com.
We're delighted to extend the partnership with Go Ahead Ireland. They're an organisation that serves communities all over Dublin and helps serve our club members around the county, and it's been a brilliant partnership for the last 3 years, and we're delighted to extend for a further 2 years.
Like us, Dublin GAA are embedded in their community, so it was a really natural fit. For us, it was important to find a partner that was inclusive, but also had that community identity, and that's exactly what we found in Dublin GAA. Since we started the partnership, they've been really easy to work with, and we're really excited to continue the journey together.
In those 3 years, we actually accomplished a lot with Dublin GAA. We were privileged to be able to work with both local and national charities with them, as well as working on several GAA initiatives.
This partnership allows us to support Club League and Championship with initiatives such as our Dubs TV live streaming platform. We try and stream as many games as possible, particularly during the Championship season where we can from a logistical point of view around grounds, and that is something we will continue to try and deliver over the coming years and keep enhancing Club Championship product and club leagues around the county across all 4 codes.
In the coming months, we're going to be continuing growing our services. And while we do that, that means that we'll be serving more GAA community clubs than ever before.
This year alone, we're going to be introducing the Development Fund for Accessibility as part of our partnership, which is going to see core infrastructure at Dublin GAA developed. In the summer, we're also introducing the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin LGFA Summer Skills Camps, which will be held in July and August.
As Dublin's best performing public bus operator, we're going to continue to work really hard on delivering for our customers and our communities.
One of my favourite places to grab a coffee in Dublin is Bua. It's one of these kind of COVID coffee trucks that popped up, and it's kind of developed into this bit of a social hub. I'll always find myself being drawn back to social fabric. It's just a beautiful place to go. They always have consistently good food there. Bar 1661. So I love watching them make the cocktails, shake it up, garnish it, serve it. Hoth village itself is a lovely little kind of seaside town. The Gravity Bar up on the top floor of the storehouse, and it's just an amazing place, an amazing view of Dublin City. Definitely visit Temple Bar and take in what's there. My advice would be to try your best to see other parts of the city. Brian Fenton, this is my Dublin.
It has to be Tang on Abbey Street. You can't beat their flatbreads with the chickpeas and spicy chicken. It's Irish owned, great food, great people. Shoe Lane beside Tara Street train station. It was close to Trinity where I went to college. They have nice croissants, fruit scones. If you're ever looking for a quiet place to go and chat with your mates, the Snug and Chaplin's has to be the go-to. Lovely old interior. Just have to get the dart out to Vico Baths, bring the swimming togs, go for a dip, and you get a lovely view of Killiney Bay. The Epic Museum, I think it's something nice to just figure out the history of the city. You have to go and visit a GAA or hurling or camogie game. It's the most amazing atmosphere. It's going to be an unforgettable experience. Cian O'Sullivan, this is my Dublin.
Tribeca in Ranelagh. I had to go with my family, it's a favourite of ours. Definitely recommend trying their wings. The Metro Cafe, it's a great spot for people watching, especially when it's sunny outside. An oat milk cappuccino would be my go-to. The atmosphere in Devitt is always brilliant. We've had plenty of team nights out there, always great crack. The Timber Trove Cafe in the Dublin Mountains, it's a really cosy family-run cafe. Family House would definitely be a must visit. They have monthly markets on which are gorgeous. I would advise you to walk around the city because most of the main attractions are close by and you can get there quicker on foot. Niamh Gannon, this is my Dublin.
Kyo's Cafe in Portobello. I really like going back just for the vibe. It's nice and chill, people are really cool. Trails Cafe in Ticknock. The coffee is really, really good. Americano, small bit of milk, and you're good to go and hit the trails. Blue Light is always a nice roaring fire. We tend to go up after All-Ireland final week. It's a really nice place to be. I'd recommend getting out to Poolbeg Lighthouse. It's a great walk out. You get a great view back of the city. If you get the chance, I'd go up to Ticknock, go up and rent a mountain bike. Trails up there are pretty cool. Bring a raincoat, a shower is never too far away. Orla Nolan, this is my Dublin.
Welcome along to this Go Ahead Ireland Senior 1 Dublin Hurling Championship encounter between Cuala and Na Fianna. It's a double header on Dubs TV today. Later on we've got St Vincent's against Crave Kieran. And don't forget to subscribe to Dublin GA on YouTube and all the matches will pop up automatically. Just to run you through how these two have done so far. Na Fianna drew with Crokes and beat St Bridget's 526 to 14 points. Cuala drew with Lucan and pushed Crokes but lost 320 to 119. Na Fianna are on a bye weekend on the 31st, that's the next hurling weekend, while Cuala will play St Bridget's. On the last weekend, Cuala have a bye while Lucan will play Na Fianna and St Bridget's meet Crokes. Lucan are playing Bridget's as we speak in O'Toole Park, as in that game starts at the same time as this, and we'll have updates from that match. Our referee today, Chris Mooney, Kevin McDonald and Sean Stack, his officials along with Cuala, Porrick, Paul and Willie, who are the umpires. Just taking a quick scan around, Conor Callahan looks like he could be starting. He's wearing number 25. Na Fianna, the defending champions, they've had a decent enough championship so far. Drawing with Crokes, that would be a bit of a disappointment, but not one that you can't recover from. And there is the team news. Donald Burke, always one to watch. Joe Kavanagh, a Dublin minor in 2022. Yet another good young hurler that Na Fianna have produced. Jonathan Tracy, we've seen it an awful lot in recent weeks. Goalkeepers scoring from their own puck outs or getting up around the 45 and having shots from there. Jonathan Tracy capable of landing scores from those kind of distances. Colin Curry, AJ Murphy and Gavin King, good as it gets as a full forward line. And for Cuala, he was a late change. We did expect it. Con O'Callaghan does seem to be starting, and why wouldn't you start Con if you possibly could? Still an awful lot of experience in that Cuala team, including Sean Brennan between the sticks, and of course Diarmuid O'Flynn, otherwise known as Doff, at centre back. Shannon and Malone, a fairly hard working pairing in the middle of the park, and Colin Cronin, such a hard worker at centre forward. Liam Murphy, a really good prospect as well. There's your benches. Good strength and depth for Na Fianna. For Cuala, there's change, there's evolution, but that doesn't mean there's not decent players. And as we've been talking about, the man wearing number 25 looks like he's going to start. Did play a hurling match on Monday night. That was the Hurling for Cancer research game in Carlow, organised by Jim Bulger and Davy Russell along with the Irish Cancer Society. They've raised €1.5 million for cancer research in the last 10, 11 plus years that event has been going on. You can still donate, by the way, by going to hurlingforcancerresearch.ie. The donate button, very easy to find as soon as you log on to that website. Cuala in the red and white. Na Fianna in the yellow and blue. We might say saffron and blue rather than yellow. There's Cuala. Ready to go, still very much in this, still very much a player in the Dublin Senior Championship. They will have considered themselves very unlucky to lose to Crokes in O'Toole Park. But they did draw with Lucan, who, a bit like Na Fianna, would be in the conversation for the title. Na Fianna very obviously in that conversation because they are the defending champions. Well, we're only getting one official change for Cuala, and it is not the one that we thought might happen. So Conor Callahan will take his place on the bench, but Conor Rourke does start, and he comes in for Jamie Conroy. So he was part of the warm-up and all that, but Conor Callahan does not start for Cuala. At this level, it is hard just to step back into it. I'm not sure how long he's been training, how long he's been working with the hurlers, but obviously management feel he's maybe not quite ready to start, or maybe he's carrying an injury. You don't know, but I'm sure the temptation to start him was there. We've started this game, and immediately it's Brian Ryan, the Limerick man. Ball breaks kindly. Colin Curry. Curry looking for the first score. Curry getting the first score. What a fine point that was. Got onto the break and shot home. Fianna looking for more. Good stick in there by Cormac Spain. Cuala probing, looking for the equaliser. Malone, he loves to run with the ball. He can shoot as well. Passes on this occasion. Colin Cronin, it wasn't a particularly good one to him. It was behind him. He did manage to get it, but then lost control of it. Kevin Burke pouncing for Fianna, but they can't get it down the park. Cuala battling away here. It is Fianna who have, and trying to drive out is Peter Feeney. Feeney takes tackles. Liam Murphy holding him up. Liam Murphy is so good when he's facing goal. He's a good worker as well. Is that a good point from Jake Toomey? Unfortunately for Cuala and for him, no it isn't, it's wide. You'll notice I'm flying solo for this game. Joe Fortune sunning himself at the moment. I'm sure he's watching with the cocktail in hand. Here's Sean Burke. Pressurised by Liam Murphy. Burke takes the tackles. It's kind of spilled and picked up by McHugh. The dual star Conor McHugh. Good hand pass running onto a Brannock. Brannock into the corner. Trying to make it stick, and there's Donald Burke sweeping up David Ryan. Ryan gives to Jake Malone. Almost lost, but then regathered by Shannon. Shannon still going, trying to shake off Brian Ryan. This is a good run by Shannon. Shannon off the stick. Oh, he just couldn't quite get the elevation required. He couldn't shake off the Fianna man who was with him. Made a good burst, got into a good position, just couldn't quite take the chance. There's a collision off the ball there. I didn't see it because, as I say, it was off the ball. That's good battling by the young man, Groark, who's in. Brennan. Dublin's custodian launches it. Brennan. That's wonderful from Sean Brennan. Oh, we talked about Tracy and his long puck on the other side, but Brennan, not so bad himself. Feeney, probing ball, looking inside for AJ Murphy. Just got away from AJ Murphy. He loves to take and turn and run, but that one just evaded him. Ryan Malone trying to take this one away as Kieran Stacey couldn't escape. Ball breaks. Trying to make it his now is Peter Feeney. Feeney loves to win dirty ball, and he gets it to his teammates who are in good positions. Paul O'D. Here's the shot from Brannock. And Brannock guides it over. Shannon. They'll go for it. Will they get it? That's going to drop. There could be a goal threat here for Cuala. Liam Rush tries to pick it up, but he's beaten to it. Cuala looking to equalise, and they have. Excellent work from Liam Murphy, who is a sniper supreme. He's really good at kind of picking up breaks in those kind of positions and slotting over scores. These two going score for score at the moment. Joe Kavanagh, who played minor for Dublin in 2022. The Fianna have a lot of talent, and they've got a lot of talent coming too. Gets a bit of help from Colin Curry. Back it goes. Feeney. Is Feeney fouled? No, says the referee. Well, eventually he was. Joe has made the point many times, Joe Fortune, that we're lucky in Dublin that we've got so much quality regards referees. There's Sean Stack doing the line today, and the man in the middle, the man with the whistle today, Chris Mooney. And just doing the very smart thing of having a word with one or two of the Cuala players. Colin Curry with the free. Slight breeze blowing into his face. It'll travel the distance, but will it go between the posts? It does. First time in the match that either team have managed to put 2 points back to back. Cuala looking to stop that run, but Feeney has grabbed it, tries to slip it off to Joe Kavanagh, just got away from him, he was unlucky. Ryan Malone. Malone with the crossfielder. Toomey followed by Brannock, who did his job really well. Good cornerback play. And then Brannock just rolls it down the park, looking for Brian Ryan. Ryan, maybe it came to him too quickly. Here's Colin Cronin. Cronin still doing it after all these years. The Fianna have enough men back there to defend it. It's Conor McHugh. Conor McHugh who keeps his head now. It's Brannock. Brannock shoveling it back towards Sean Brennan. There's plenty of space for Brennan to run into here. He chooses just to hold it up and distribute rather than pass. Driving it is Owen O'Callaghan. He kept the ball in play, didn't keep himself in play, but he did keep the ball in play, Liam Murphy. Can he squeeze that one over? If he does, it's really impressive stuff. That's brilliant from Liam Murphy. Kept the ball in play somehow, hopped back up and slotted it between the sticks. Well, if hurling doesn't work out, he can always do breaking if it ever comes back into the Olympics, because he popped back up there, showed great movement, great dexterity and great awareness, great skills. Just brilliant. The Fianna try and go back in front through Joe Kavanagh. And they have done just that. It's a good match so far. You wouldn't have expected anything else from these two quality outfits. Cuala, of course, twice AIB All-Ireland Club champions. Shannon was part of that. Unfortunately missed that one. Peter Feeney looking for AJ Murphy. Can AJ Murphy get there? Yes, he can. Can he get control of it? No, he can't. Just went out of play. Well, it's hurling this weekend on Dubs TV. Back to football next weekend, then back to hurling next weekend. On Friday night, we've got Fingallians and Clontarf live at 6:45, I beg your pardon, on Dubs TV. Let's see how this play develops before I tell you about the second game. It's all about hurling at the moment, and it's all about Cuala defending well and running it up the park. O'Flynn surging away. He loves these bursts. Half of the Fianna around him, gets his pass away. It was a little bit loose. Trying to spin out of the tackle is Sean Burke. Burke gets it off brilliantly to Liam Rush. Liam Rush, I was going to say got away with it there. He didn't get away with it. He just didn't take the amount of steps that maybe some thought he did. Cuala get it back. Jake Malone. Malone. He's going for it. Keeper had to be careful there. Diverted it out to Conor McHugh. He was lucky there was no one in red around, because there was an open goal if there was. Burke misses out on it. David Ryan David Ryan, wrapped up by Brian Ryan. David Ryan flicks it on to O'Flynn. They're looking for Toomey. Could have got it back. O'Flynn. That's going to drop. Unfortunately for Cuala. Wide. And I was telling you about the football fixtures next weekend that we've got live on Dubs TV. Fingallians against Clontarf on Friday night at 6:45. And also that night, we've got Fianna against Castleknock. That one off at 8:30. And you'll see some of these players again because there's many dual players in the Fianna outfit. Going for it is Kevin Burke, and Kevin Burke gets it. Over goals from Liam Murphy, his third of the game. On Saturday, by the way, live on Dubs TV, St Vincent's against Kilmacud Crokes. This in the football next weekend. And also, we've got Ballymun against Ballantyre St John's, as that one has drifted wide. Shannon. Good score, really good score. Can he get out in front? Conroy, he can. Gets it under control. Good work by Gavin King, who followed him all the way and has won a line ball for his team through sheer work and effort. Fianna Leinster finalist last year. Lost to O'Loughlin Gales. O'Loughlin Gales, who've opened their campaign in Kilkenny with 2 wins on the bounce. It's a break weekend in Kilkenny this weekend. No such luck for the Dublin hurlers. Brian Ryan. Coolaman got in the way, but AJ Murphy picks it up. It's still there. Can someone get something on it from the Fianna point of view? No, Cuala, get it away. Gork. Cuala go from almost conceding a goal to looking for one themselves, perhaps. Kevin Kerwin trying to get there. Followed all the way by Sean Burke. Burke does well. Kerwin doesn't let him out of his sight. Here's Brennan. McHugh does get there, but he's under pressure. He's dispossessed by David Ryan. David Ryan. McHugh got it away from him. McHugh has a little look up, just goes short instead. Oh, that's casual, but a nice take and turn by Kevin Burke. Here's Brannock. AJ Murphy, they go for that ball again. AJ Murphy. Brilliant. Brilliant from AJ Murphy. Worth another look. Well, they have tried that one kind of into the corner, looking for AJ a few times. It's had mixed results so far, but nothing wrong with that time. Intercepted by Paul O'Dea. O'Dea back to Burke. Burke looking for Brian Ryan and finding him. It's opened up for Ryan. He'll have a go. Brennan. O'Flynn gave it back. 2-on-2 in the back line, a third joining in for the Fianna. That's Kevin Burke, but he seemed pretty confident that his cornerback had the ball and had the situation under control. He didn't, and now it's got it back to Jake Malone, and Malone puts it over. Falls for Joe Kavanagh. I wouldn't say kindly. He had to work very hard for it. Kavanagh trying to find AJ Murphy. Murphy has it. Murphy trying to step into space. He's fouled. It's a free in. And a yellow card for Cuala's fullback Owen O'Callaghan. Overcast and heavy in Dublin today, but at least it's not raining. If you're watching from Electric Picnic, what are you doing there this early? Kylie's not on until tomorrow. Here's Colin Curry. There are counties in which there are no fixtures this weekend, and while none of them will admit it, the firmly held belief is that they would have lost so many players to EP, they had to pull the fixtures, just give them the weekend off. Lucan, 5 points to 1 is the score in that game, as Cuala changed the score in this game. Popping that one over. David Ryan, good score by him. 1 between them here, 4 between them in the other game in the group. Lucan, 5 points to 1 up against St. Bridget's. Cuala looking to equalise. It's Jake Malone. And he's got it. Good play by Jake Malone. Here it is again. Feeney couldn't quite get it under his spell. This is Nafina's last game until the last round, because they have a bye weekend on the 31st, while Cuala will play St. Bridget's on that weekend. Batting it down, but not getting it under control was Kevin Burke. Shannon, that's a good block down. Liam Rush. O'D back to Rush. Rush, who always looks like he has time, and he made some there and gave it back to O'D. O'D spots the runner and he gives it to him. Now, what can Nafina do here? It's Stacey. He might have goal in mind. Stacey! That's good defending, but AJ Murphy might have a goal. No, it's back to Stacey. Stacey. Well, the referee has given a penalty. Let's have a look. Stacey takes the shot. Good block down. Came to AJ. Back to Stacey. Yep, that's a penalty. No Joe does this week, so I have to make these calls myself, but I think that was a penalty. If I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll get a text from Joe. With Stacey just drawing his breath. Referee doing the right thing and giving them time. A game that has not stopped right from the off. 8 points apiece, but now Cuala giving away the penalty and Fianna with the chance to put a little bit of distance between the two. Lucan 8 points to 3 up after 20 minutes against St. Bridget's in the game going on in O'Toole Park. That game running concurrently to this one. Don't forget later here in Parnell Park, St. Vincent's take on Crave Kieran. Ballyboden playing Whitehall, Columkill today in the other game in that group. We'll keep an eye on the scores from that one, while bringing you live coverage of St. Vincent's against Crave Kieran. Donald Burke yet to score in this game, waiting to take the penalty. You get the feeling that wait is about to end. Stacey is going to have to be replaced here, so it's not all good news for Fianna. Now, whether or not that's a temporary replacement, I don't know, but it is a replacement for the moment anyway. And in for Fianna's Jack Marr. So, Burke against Brennan. A top forward against a top keeper. And it's the top forward who wins this particular battle. Well, Cuala had got a couple of scores on the bounce. They were building momentum, but then Fianna got that penalty flicked away there by Brannock. Here's Kevin Burke, who's popping up both on the left and the right side. Brian Ryan, who pops up everywhere as well. He has OD inside. Ryan measures, shoots, and that is tailing off. Conroy. Groark. That was a good take, a really good take by Conroy. Then he loses it. Was under an awful lot of pressure. Curry. Just got away from the new man in, Jack Marr. Conroy. Cuala playing their way out of trouble. Cormac Spain goes long. But there's 4 Fianna men back there. Well, 3 Fianna men, I beg your pardon. Up against the 2 of Cuala. Ryan was waiting for it. Ryan sends it on. Here's OD. OD bottled up. Tries to find Ryan again. Cuala intercept. Good play by David Ryan. Moved it on to Owen O'Callaghan. It's going to drop inside the square. Oh, he just couldn't get it away the first time, second time. And didn't get a chance to have a go the third time. Sean Burke just stood there. Got in the way. And Fianna get possession. Kevin Kerwin attempted to pull on it there, and Sean Burke was breathing down his neck and did really well. Defended that one brilliantly. Here's Brian Ryan. Marr leaves it behind. Doesn't give up on it though. All credit to him. Here's Cormac Spain. Spain was pounced on there by Joe Kavanagh. It's picked up well. Donald Burke. Donald Burke. He scored the penalty a few moments ago, but he's waiting for a first point in the game. Goes on. He's quality though, Donald Burke. You can see the work rate from both of these sets of players. Even when it doesn't go to hand, even when the pass doesn't quite work out, they give up on absolutely nothing. O'Flynn. Burke. Burke down the line. Just bounces away from Donald Burke. Conroy. Again, Donald Burke doesn't give up on it, but Conroy does well. AJ battling for it. Ryan joining him. Flicked forward. Harry Potter style by Brannock. He found Brian Ryan, and Brian Ryan found a magic point. Well, this is the third round of games in Dublin. In some counties where they run off the hurling and then the football in blocks. They're at the final stage. The Carlow replay is tomorrow, believe it or not. Cormac Spain has gone off. I think Sean Moran came in for Cuala. Not bad to be able to bring in experience like Sean Moran, is it? I was only speaking to his teammate Nisha Waldron about his wonderful goal from the penalty against the Piershig in the All-Ireland final a couple of years ago. Actually, I don't think it was even a penalty. I think it was a free from the 20-metre line. That's a free for Fianna. Ball breaks. Almost broke for Fianna. Still trying to get it in hand is Joe Kavanagh. Impressive young player. AJ Murphy chasing after this one. Owen O'Callaghan gets there ahead of him. Owen O'Callaghan has a little look up. He'll drive this long. Looking inside for Liam Murphy. Kerwin is there as well. Murphy helping out, waiting for the break Jack Toomey. But it's Fianna who win it. That was a little bit casual. But it is gathered by Feeney, who finds O'D. O'D, crossfielder for Brian Ryan. Ryan takes it brilliantly. I beg your pardon, that's Colin Curry. Making his way forward now is Marr. Miscue of a pass by Marr. He's on his own. But Curran doesn't mind. He swings that one over. Good score from the full forward. Kavanagh, good take. Looking for Ryan, not finding him, but he was absolutely surrounded. And here's Colin Cronin. Liam Murphy. Murphy, who's an expert at taking and turning. He offloads there to Toomey. Goes up in the sky. Where's it going to land? Between the sticks. Brilliant from Toomey. Two in a row from Cuala. And it's a 2-point game. Marr, the route is open for him. Marr taking this one on. Going outside. Oh, Gavin King just couldn't get the contact he needed. And it is wide. Let's have another look. Great work from Jack Marr, who's not long in. Saw Gavin King out of the corner of his eye, and King just maybe took his eye off it. It sounds easy from up here, doesn't it? It's a lot more difficult when you're down there, I'm sure. On the battlefield. A field I would know nothing about, having never played to this level. My admiration of the guys and girls who do is unlimited. Here's Kevin Burke. Gavin King. Good confident turn, but the defender doesn't let him go. Good stuff by Conroy, who gets it back. Sean Moran. Nice take out in front. Can he finish the move? Complete with power slide. That's a really fine score. Excellent work from Liam Murphy. His third from play, his fourth overall. Textbook corner forward stuff. Got out in front, turned, shot, and put it over. Highlights to come at the end of the game. It's been some first half of the second half matches that we're in for a treat. O'D. Chasing a senior one double with Fianna. Down the line it goes to AJ Murphy. Just bumped off it by Owen O'Callaghan. Really good full-back play by the Cuala man. Oh, it's intercepted, and that's Curry. Curry is half of Cuala around him, tries to get the pass away. He was looking for the run of Joe Kavanagh, but there was just too many people in red back there. Andy Power sends it away. Toomey got away from him. Line ball Fianna. A first half that has absolutely flown by. We had one stoppage all right for an injury in or around the penalty incident, but aside from that, it has been absolutely breathless stuff. Now, Having a chat in the middle of the park are Sean Moore and Brian Ryan. Probably asking how after all this time Calvin Harris is drawing a crowd. He's at a EP tonight. Colin Curry lining it up. The breeze has got a bit stiffer. It is against him. That's a fine point by Colin Curry. His fourth from a free today. And it stops Cuala's run. They'd scored the last 3 points. O'Flynn. He's so strong. That'll be intercepted by Burke, who read the danger really well. Burke paddles it forward. 3 Na Fianna men queuing up for it. Here's Marr. Marr will take it on. And when you score, it's the right choice. Jack Marr can be very pleased with this point. Runners either way, but he took it on himself. The last score of the half, as it turns out. A really entertaining half. Na Fianna 111, Cuala 11 points is the score. If we can, before we take a little break, we'll try and bring you a scoreline from the other game going on in the group. And just as I say it, it has arrived. 11-6 Lucan lead against St. Bridget's in the other game in the group. So, a good first half, an enjoyable first half. If the second half matches it, then we are in for a treat. Don't forget, later on at St. Vincent's against Crave Kieran, it is the Go Ahead Ireland Senior 1 Dublin Hurling Championship. Subscribe to Dublin GA's YouTube channel and all these games will pop up when they're happening. Don't forget, next weekend it is football, and you can check out the detail of what we're showing by going to Dublin GAA. That's it for the moment. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. Na Fianna 111, Cuala 11 points.
We're delighted to extend the partnership with Go Ahead Ireland. They're an organisation that serves communities all over Dublin and helps serve our club members around the county, and it's been a brilliant partnership for the last 3 years, and we're delighted to extend for a further 2 years.
Like us, Dublin GAA are bedded in their community, so it was a really natural fit. For us, it was important to find a partner that was inclusive, but also had that community identity, and that's exactly what we found in Dublin GAA. Since we started the partnership, they've been really easy to work with, and we're really excited to continue the journey together.
In those 3 years, we actually accomplished a lot with Dublin GAA. We were privileged to be able to work with both local and national charities with them, as well as working on several GAA initiatives.
This partnership allows us to support Club League and Championship and initiatives such as our Dubs TV live streaming platform. We try and stream as many games as possible, particularly during the championship season where we can from a logistical point of view around grounds, and that is something we will continue to try and deliver over the coming years and keep enhancing club championship product and club leagues around the county across all 4 codes.
In the coming months, we're going to be continuing growing our services. And while we do that, that means that we'll be serving more GAA community clubs than ever before.
This year alone, we're going to be introducing the Development Fund for Accessibility as part of our partnership, which is going to see core infrastructure at Dublin GAA developed. In the summer, we're also introducing the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin LGFA Summer Skills Camps, which will be held in July and August.
As Dublin's best performing public bus operator, we're going to continue to work really hard on delivering for our customers and our communities.
One of my favourite places to grab a coffee in Dublin is Bua. It's one of these kind of COVID coffee trucks that popped up, and it's kind of developed into this bit of a social hub. I'll always find myself being drawn back to social fabric. It's just a beautiful place to go. They always have consistently good food there. Bar 1661. So I love watching them make the cocktails, shake it up, garnish it, serve it. Howth village itself is a lovely little kind of seaside town. The Gravity Bar up on the top floor of the storehouse, and it's just an amazing place, an amazing view of Dublin City. Definitely visit Temple Bar and take in what's there. My advice would be to try your best to see other parts of the city. Brian Fenton, this is my Dublin.
has to be Tang on Abbey Street. You can't beat their flatbreads with the chickpeas and spicy chicken. It's Irish owned, great food, great people. Shoe Lane beside Tara Street train station. It was close to Trinity where I went to college. They have nice croissants, fruit scones. If you're ever looking for a quiet place to go and chat with your mates, the Snug and Chaplin's has to be the go-to. Lovely old interior. Just have to get the dart out to Vico Baths, bring the swimming togs, go for a dip, and you get a lovely view of Killarney Bay. The Epic Museum, I think it's something nice to just figure out the history of the city. You have to go and visit a GAA or hurling or camogie game. It's the most amazing atmosphere. It's going to be an unforgettable experience. Cian O'Sullivan, this is my Dublin.
Tribeca in Ranelagh. I had to go with my family. It's a favourite of ours. Definitely recommend trying their wings. The Metro Cafe, it's a great spot for people watching, especially when it's sunny outside. An oat milk cappuccino would be my go-to. The atmosphere in Devitt is always brilliant. We've had plenty of team nights out there, always great crack. The Timber Trove Cafe in the Dublin Mountains, it's a really cosy family-run cafe. Family House would definitely be a must visit. They have monthly markets on which are gorgeous. I would advise you to walk around the city because most of the main attractions are close by and you can get there quicker on foot. Niamh Gannon, this is my Dublin.
Kyo's Cafe in Portobello. I really like going back just for the vibe. It's nice and chill, people are really cool. Trails Cafe in Ticknock. The coffee is really, really good. Americano, small bit of milk, and you're good to go and hit the trails. Blue Light is always a nice roaring fire. We tend to go up after All Ireland final week. It's a really nice place to be. I'd recommend getting out to Poolbeg Lighthouse. It's a great walk out. You get a great view back of the city. If you get the chance, I'd go up to Ticknock, go up and rent a mountain bike. Trails up there are pretty cool. Bring a raincoat, a shower's never too far away. Orla Nolan, this is my Dublin.
We met down at Fairview and Kieran's brother was a friend of my brother's. We met through them, so when I was coming up to the Devs, I invited Kieran to my Devs. He asked me to marry him and I said yes, so long as our firstborn child played for Vincent's. And he said okay, grand. It's great to have our family involved as well. I suppose if the kids weren't as interested in it as we were, it'd be very tough on us.
Kieran's are playing Vincent's. The tension in the house is gas. Mum is obviously Vincent's and Dad is Kieran, so Mum always claims that she'll give John steak for dinner and she won't feed Kevin, but it's always a bit of a laugh, but I suppose no one takes it too seriously.
She had her hands full. She could have got a job as a bus driver. The amount of dropping off and picking up she did from matches around. Leaving some matches early to go to another match to make sure she got the end of that or make sure we all got the same amount of attention. There was no favourites.
It means everything. I don't know what we do without it, to be fair. We eat, drink and sleep it.
It's always through the family like the rest of us. There's not enough supporting words, I'd say.
I know my whole life at this rate.
We're very proud parents. That's a huge achievement to have 100% of your family still playing. And we're proud of them all, every one of them.
My name is Niamh Heatherton.
My name is John Heatherton. I'm Kieran Heatherton.
I'm Patsy Heatherton, and as a family,
our roots are set in the GAA.
Ground Force probably is the absolute heart of this club, both in their ethos, the amount of work they do, and just the pure love they have for Naomh Marnoga and the GAA in general. In simplest terms, we probably couldn't function without Ground Force.
I suppose the GAA was always a bit more than hitting the ball or hitting a schlitter, you know, and it gave a great sense of community to people.
I suppose at my age, fear of retirement, worried about the unknown, what am I going into a home under my wife's feet all the time or something like that, and then we just got this men's initiative started off. We feel that we're giving something back to the club that gave so much to us. We come up here on a rotary basis and line pitches, cut grass. It kind of empowers us as well if we feel valued.
We're all friends, we're all retired, we're all around the same age group. Some of us have nothing outside of our work, and Ground Force has been a big change for everybody, from the mental well-being point of view, it's really, really important and really significant, and there is great camaraderie amongst the group.
So I think there's about 30 odd men in this initiative that comes up to the club and has a chat, and the coffee is important as well. We sort out the world, Dad.
Yeah. Or well, most of it.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me, just achievement and pride.
My first memory of GAA would probably have been in Croke Park with my father. That would be in the early 1950s.
As a young lad, brought down to watch one of my brother's matches.
Playing under 10 hurling, and I say hurling, not camogie, because I played on the boys' team.
My feeling about the GAA was more a social one than a games one, because I thought it was a great way for all the kids to get to know each other.
Mum and Dad always brought us up to have each other's backs. We'd all go to each other's matches, and no matter what we were doing or playing, we'd all support each other. I'm playing for the club 37 years, I think now, but I also coach my two daughters' teams.
It's great. It really is a great feeling to have the kids down there. And now all of their friends are beginning to come from the same community and the same focus on the club, so it's a mirror of what happened to me in my childhood, I suppose.
We made more friends down the years and had more fun down the years than ever we would anywhere else.
Mum fostered that through us as well. She was chief bottle washer. She'd have jerseys upon jerseys out in the line.
3 of my offspring are married, and they met their better halves through the club.
The friends and relationships I got out of it. Looking back, that was really what the GAA was about. Community, about building relationships with people. My name is Mick Galvin.
My name is Mary Galvin.
My name is Phil Galvin, and my family roots are in St. Bridget's GAA Club.
We're about to start the second half. It is Nafina who lead by 111 to 11 points against Cuala in this go-ahead Senior 1 Dublin Hurling Championship encounter. In the other game in the group that's going on today, St. Bridget's taking on Lucan. It is Lucan who are leading heading into the second half over in O'Toole Park. Chris Mooney, the referee, having a word there with Sean Moran. Oh, he didn't have a slitter. Well, now he is too. The now official GA merchandise and issue, yellow slitters. Feeney trying to pick it up, might break Ryan's way. Brian Ryan, who had a good first half, scoring 2 points from play. Burke collides with Flynn and play will stop, and Chris Mooney does the right thing. It will be a clash ball. And we'll go again. Moran and Ryan, two big hitters. O'Flynn juggling it. Trying to escape with it is Jack Toomey. Ball goes loose, picked up by Jack Marr. Still on the ground. These rucks, these battles, such an important part of the modern hurling game. I'm not sure if you like them or don't, but they are what they are, and they're a big part of it. AJ Murphy, who's a big part of this Nafina team, takes that one really well, swats it outside to Colin Curry. Curry looking for a first from play and finding it. Worth another look. Ball Although he did get an awful lot of time and space. 4 between them. Moran. Moran rides the tackle, stays going. Moran driving on. This is a really good run. Murphy comes to meet him. Away by Fergal Bernock, but there was a foul in the lead-in. Ref is playing advantage, and it's a free in to Cuala. You will always cause defensive issues by running at them. Especially if you're a player like Sean Moran. Overcast and heavy conditions. Lee Murphy looking to reduce the gap. Burke is still down getting some treatment for Nafina, I beg your pardon. And Liam Murphy does what you would expect him to do in that kind of position. His second free of the game. He's now on a 5-point overall. Just rolled away from Joe Kavanagh. And finally it comes to Jack Marr. And Jack Marr guides it over. Good score. Second for him. Falls kindly for O'D, who winds up and sends it back to where it came. Gavin King goes up for it. King breaks it, tries to gather it. King flicks it behind. It was worth the try, but there was a Cuala man there waiting. He didn't get it cleanly, though. He is absolutely pounced on. Well, there's been a few of these ruck situations already in the second half, but it shows you how intense it is out there. Will he go for it himself, Curry? No, he won't. He gives it back to Ryan. Ryan. Unfortunately for him, it goes wide. Has he taken too much out of that? Oh, well, he hadn't, but his pass was miscued. It's Curry who takes it. Curry was surrounded. A one-handed pull away there by Andy Power. Comes to red rather than yellow and blue. But Ryan pickpockets his man. Has a look down the park. He's closed down. Gives it to Burke, who's up and running again after that injury. That's risky enough. Falls kindly for Colin Curry. Colin Curry, can he get it away? He doesn't have to. He's fouled. Just noticed Aaron Jessen is in for Nafina. He's following Liam Murphy. Matching pace for pace. Jessen is sticky. He's exactly the kind of man you want on Liam Murphy. Now, it doesn't mean you'll stop Liam Murphy. Players like him, when they're in the form for it, it's almost impossible to stop them, but you can make their impact less. Colin Curry, who's certainly having an impact. Good score. 5 frees for him. Second point of the second half. A first from a free. 4 scores in the second half so far. 3 of them going to Nafina. Brian Ryan just popped away from him. It was like a hot rock. Just couldn't quite get a hold of it. Here is Jessen, who's sticky, but as we said, skillful. That was a really good pass. Burke launching it inside where it's 2-on-2. Batted down by AJ Murphy. Murphy using his soccer skills. Now trying to flick it up. Leaves it behind. And Andy Power is there for Cuala. Malone. No one there for Cuala. OT drops it, regathers. Rush. McHugh. Good ball to Burke. Will Burke go for it? Again, it's 2-on-2 in the square. He takes on the shot and puts it wide. Diarmuid O'Flynn made a burst. He's now followed by Marr. And it breaks kindly for Marr. Marr gallops away. That's exquisite from Marr. His third of the game, his second of the half. It is Fergal Brannock who's gone off for Na Fianna. He was replaced by Jessen. I like that they make it work for you here. You're not spoon-fed the changes on the PA system. Going after it, Gavin King. Couldn't get it under control. And just watching Liam Murphy move up the pitch, you're not seeing that because it's off camera. Jessen followed him all the way. He went up to the opposition 65. $14 points to 9 in favour of Lucan against St. Bridget's. 20 minutes to go there. Brian Ryan. He takes, he moves. Donald Burke. Good score. Na Fianna finding their rhythm. Not that they were ever too far off it or anything, but they just look a little too good for Cuala at the moment. But of course in hurling, things can change very quickly. And change back again. 4 in a row for Na Fianna, points-wise. Duff. Broken down. Paul O'D ran to it. He was told leave it. Trying to kick it forward now is Cuala's number 10, Jack Toomey. Comes back to Toomey. Cuala need a boost. They need a score. Can Toomey provide both of those things? Yes, he can. Brilliant stuff from Toomey. He didn't give up on that one. Tracy going long, going deep. Curry was the aim, didn't quite fall to him, but it does come to AJ Murphy. Wide ball is the shout from the field, but it's an inaccurate call because AJ Murphy has put that one over. That's a foul. It's Con O'Callaghan who's come on the field for Cuala. Steps inside, still Con goes. Con O'Callaghan! Now that's an impact and a half. Warmed up for this by playing in the Hurling for Cancer research match on Monday night. It's a warm-up that has served him well. He streaks through the Na Fianna defence and gives his team a major boost, brings them back to within 4. Na Fianna through Mar. Look to get a goal of their own. Good save. AJ Murphy pulls it. Keeper in the way again. Not gone yet. And it's a point that they have to settle for. It fell to Kavanagh. And it was diverted over by one of the Cuala defenders. Didn't quite catch who. We might get another look. Either way, it's a let off for Cuala. Well, that's a couple of big moments for the men in red and white. Yes, they conceded a score there, but it could have been far, far worse. Jake Malone. Good take, good turn. That's Kevin Kerwin. Kerwin has got a runner on his shoulder. That's Murphy. He tries to find Murphy, but McHugh intercepts. Conor Callahan was in there as well. Here's Brian Ryan. I say this every year that we see Conor Callahan playing for Cuala in hurling. Surely he's had enough football All-Ireland and he wants a hurling one. And the hurling manager should make that call. It is a ridiculous statement out of me every year, of course. Free for Fianna. Curry. It's a good score by Colin Curry. Well, they may have just conceded that goal, but they have settled things down by getting the next 2 points. Kavanagh's score from play. And that Curry long ranger. And in for Fianna is Donal Ryan. And going off is Jesson. Conroy inside. Owen O'Callaghan back to Sean Brennan. Brennan might get up to the 45 and have a go. No, he won't. I'm sure the temptation was there. He is against the breeze in the second half. Running onto it, Andy Power. Power clipping it inside. He's looking for one man and one man only. That's Conor O'Callaghan. And O'Callaghan couldn't quite get it under control, but it might still work out because Malone is there. Now it's Donal Ryan, but it is a free into Cuala. O'Callaghan giving them problems. Murphy scores. That's a good ball. Kevin Kerwin. Kerwin taking his man on. Conor O'Callaghan. Shows that step. And that brilliant finish. 1-1 already for Conor O'Callaghan. So just to clarify, it is 119 to 115. (119 to 115) is the score. There was a point at it somewhere along the way. I was wondering because I was looking at my notes and I didn't have that score now. Those of you who follow Fitzgibbon Cup will know I've had my issues keeping tabs on scores in the past, but there seemed to be a bit of confusion, but that confusion is now cleared up. Launching it is Feeney. Feeney puts it over. That's a brilliant score. Now it is 120. Liam Murphy slid onto that, but just too many players around him. Brian Ryan looking to float it over, and Brian Ryan is just wide. He's unlucky. Happened last week in Carlow as well. I think the scoreboard was wrong in the closing moments between St Mullins and Mount Leinster Rangers. Those two doing it all again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. If you're at a loose end and want to take a trip to watch a really good final, here's Con O'Callaghan, a really good player. Con O'Callaghan squeezes that one over, or has he? No, he hasn't. There was a debate. Cuala think it was over. I have to say, from this angle, I thought so too, but the umpires and Chris Mooney, the referee, are in a far better position. Gavin King can't quite make it stick. Diarmuid O'Flynn shovels it off. Sean Moran dropping it into the full forward line. Conor McHugh's out in front, but he leaves it behind. And he was lucky because sweeping up was Liam Rush. Brian Ryan. Ryan lobbing it down into that corner forward position, and AJ Murphy, who's out in front. Now what can he do with it? AJ Murphy tapped away from him, falls to Joe Kavanagh. Kavanagh back towards Murphy, outside his mar. Brilliantly defended though by Michael Conroy. Sean Moran. Moran with the crossfielder, looking for Con O'Callaghan. McHugh sprinting after him. It's Con O'Callaghan. He's got a runner inside. He looks for him and he doesn't find him. Liam Rush got in the way. Gavin King. Andy Power left it behind, and now it's Donald Burke, and Donald Burke will ease this one over. $20 points to 12. Lucan leading against St. Bridget's. There's 10 to go there. Paul Crummy of Lucan also played in that hurling for cancer research match during the week. He said he's enjoying life under Charlie Carter, the Lucan manager. Paul O'D enjoying life under that high ball as he took it confidently and unopposed, surprisingly enough. Here's Colin Curry. Conroy, back inside, driving it is Andy Power. Well taken, brilliantly taken by Toomey. Toomey probing ball for Con O'Callaghan. McHugh following him all the way again. Con O'Callaghan turning and twisting. O'Callaghan forced out wide and forced to give it away. Jack Marr, Conor McHugh. Free in. Conor McHugh still receiving some treatment. Don't forget, a little bit later on, it is St. Vincent's against Crave Kieran. And next week, it is the Senior 1 go-ahead Dublin Football Championship on Friday night at 7:15. Fingallians against Clontarf live from Parnell Park on Dubs TV. The following day, it is Ballymun Kickham's against St. John's. That's or Ballantyre St. John's. That is in Group 3. It throws in at 3:30, and at 5:30 that evening it's St. Vincent's against Kilmacud Crokes. Also next weekend in Group 2 we've got the game between Fianna and Castleknock from here in Parnell Park on Friday at 8:30. That's live on Dubs TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dublin GAA channel on YouTube, and all of these games and fixtures will pop up automatically. Liam Murphy with his team 6 down. Now with his team 5 down. Tracy goes long. Trying to flick it on there was Kavanagh. He has found AJ Murphy, who has found a free. Na Fianna looking for their second win out of 3 fixtures. The other result in there, a draw against Kilmacud Crokes. For Cuala, unfortunately for them, it would be a second loss. And that is looking more likely as Colin Curry puts over his 7th free of the game. But with the firepower Cuala have out there, anything is still possible. Here's Sean Moran, who can provide the ammunition to that firepower. McHugh just not letting Conor O'Callaghan go, and then coming in to help out Paul O'D. Here's Liam Rush. Brian Ryan. Ryan has time to look up the pitch. AJ Murphy bounces beautifully into his hand, goes to ground, has Colin Curry there as an option. Jack Maher arriving. Gavin King. King is blocked down. And Gavin King will take the line ball. Brian Ryan was buzzing around there. He maybe wanted it short. Gavin King will go for it. It's blocked down. Sean Moran intercepts. That's a clever ball to Cronin. Cronin with the diag. Liam Murphy going after it. Got his hand on it. Breaks it for himself essentially. Then fumbles. Then gets it again. Jack Toomey. Taking, turning, shooting. Kevin Kerwin. And Kerwin gets the score. Only once in this half have Cuala put scores back to back, whereas Na Fianna have gone on a 4-2 and another 2-point run. Here's Ryan. Jack Maher trying to turn on it, but he was stuck to by the Cuala defender. There's Joe Kavanagh. Free out to Cuala, who still have time. Sean Brennan's jogging up to this one. Moran. Looking for O'Callaghan. Rush couldn't make it stick and it goes out for a line ball to Cuala. Murphy. Off Burkstick, collected by O'Callaghan, puts it outside. Good block down. That was Jack Maher, but it might come again for Cuala. Ryan Malone trying to turn inside Maher. Ryan Malone still going, bottled up, but got his pass away. All credit to him. It's worked to Conor O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan goes for it again and is denied. A really fine save. Great work by Jonathan Tracy. They did really well to get the ball to O'Callaghan. Nice height for the keeper, but he turned it away because there was a forward there waiting to tap it in if he kind of diverted it into a more central position. So all credit to Tracy. Murphy's dropping it inside the square. Who's it going to break to? Conor McHugh couldn't quite keep a hold of it. Rush does have it in hand. O'D going long. Cuala get nothing out of that attack. Gavin King battling for it. He's up against Conroy. Here's Colin Curry. Colin Curry off the stick. Colin Curry over the crossbar. Gavin King off camera is hobbling. Brennan. Cuala need goals. And not just the one. Cronin still has it. He got it off there to Ryan Malone. Malone down the park. Good play by Cuala. Groark. Jack Toomey goes low, looking for O'Callaghan and finding him. O'Callaghan sweeps it to Cronin. Cronin is fouled and it's a free in. Well, we had a few stoppages, so I imagine Liam Murphy will just pop this one over and close the gap. You'd imagine if they were going for goal from here, it would be Sean Moran or Sean Brennan who'd strike it. Murphy does what he needs to do. And Cuala move back within 5. Going off is Joe Kavanagh. And in for Nafina is Dermot Clerkin. Paul falling on top of him, he lets it off. Cronin tries to get it, gets away there from Feeney. It's Cuala who have, and Jake Malone. Moran trying to get out to it as Liam Murphy. He will get there. McHugh standing between him and the goal. Murphy's having a go. Murphy gets it off. Here comes the shot. It's a free out. Steps. Well, Kerman was blocked down anyway, but the free was called before that. Sean Burke down at the moment. Lucan 23 points to 215 winners against St. Bridget's. That is a full time. Couple of late goals there from Bridget's who made a fight of it, but it is Lucan who get the win. 23 points to 215. That game was going on over in O'Toole Park. So, Lucan's work done. A draw against Cuala, but they followed it up with that victory against St. Bridget's today. Charlie Carter will be, I'm sure, satisfied with the win. In regards to the performance, well, we don't know. We weren't there. We didn't see it. Not yet, anyway. Tables, by the way, to be published on the Dublin GA website, so keep an eye out on the website for those. So unfortunately for Sean Burke, he's had to go off. Donald Burke being called by the referee, Chris Mooney. And he gets a yellow card. In for Nafina, by the way, Will Wheatley. Liam Rush giving him the instructions as to where he's playing. It's fantastic to have a guy rush out there. Always has control on what's going on. At the moment, Na Fianna in control of this game. Gavin King gives to Colin Curry, who's fouled, and it's a free in. Good score from Curry. Not quite the insurance point because we do have a lot of injury time. This could be it though. And I think that, no, it's wide. He's unlucky. 6 points between them. Cuala need a couple of goals, but they do have a bit of time because we've had a lot of stoppages in the last few minutes. Trying to run onto it there is Jack Toomey. Wheatley did well. Picked up by Burke. Burke lost it, but you wouldn't blame him because he was just made ride the gauntlet there by Cuala. Ball goes out over the line. Na Fianna's line ball. Rebounds around, falls for Ryan. O'Flynn has to drop it in, looking for Murphy. Away by Ryan, but Murphy picks up the break. Murphy. Where is he going to drop? Wide. Broken down. And that's fantastic hurling. Great play by Clerkin, who got it off to Curry, who drops it towards AJ Murphy. Murphy, if he gets a goal, this one is done and dusted. Murphy's being fouled. It will at the very least be a free in. And just to remind you, that rule of stopping a, well, it doesn't actually have to be a certain goal scoring chance. It just has to be a goal scoring chance. That penalty black card rule does not exist in the club game. So it'll be a free and a free only. Don't think he actually even gave a yellow to Groark there. Curry puts it over. And that's it. Na Fianna get the victory, 125 to 118. Cuala battled. They battled hard. But Na Fianna just too good for them in the end. And just to reconfirm in the other game in the group, Lucan overcoming St. Bridget's by 23 points to 15. In a moment or two, we'll get a look at the highlights of this game. And there were some impressive skills, some good scores. But Na Fianna, having had a draw against Kilmacud Crokes, coming back to something like normality for them with this win. Defending champions, of course. Let's have a look at the highlights. It was score for score at the start of the game. Played in heavy enough weather, but at least dry conditions. Liam Murphy always a threat. Colin Curry, decent from frees. Good battling by Stacey. Flicked it into Joe Kavanagh, and Joe Kavanagh, along with Wheatley, who only played for Dublin minor in recent years and who's fairly young, made a big impact on this game. Kevin Burke sailed that one over. Liam Murphy, good from frees, good from play. And that was a good long ranger. AJ Murphy always got out in front and occasionally took on the shot, and why not when you can score like that? Brian Ryan, when you give him that much space, he is going to shoot, and by and large will punish you. Dropped it, regathered it, put it over. Good score, Jake Malone. Colin Curry just tapping it over. An easy free, but still had to be scored. Driving and pumping was David Ryan here. Somehow made space, somehow got the shot, and definitely got the score. Ryan Malone flicked it on. And that was another good long ranger from a relatively tight angle, but still a good point. And here is the penalty incident. AJ Murphy picking it up, giving it back to Kieran Stacey, and that is a penalty. At that stage of the game, it was all square, but Burke gave Na Fianna a lead that they never lost. And Ryan guided over that good score. So Cuala always chasing, and they did chase well, and they got relatively close. But Na Fianna, they never looked like losing this game, did they? It was 1-11 at the break, and then in the second half, Na Fianna just kept taking their scores. Gavin King will probably be disappointed he didn't get on the end of that. He did work hard today. He did make a very good and positive contribution. This heading towards half-time. Jack Maher with the last score of the half to make it 1-11 to 11 points. Na Fianna picking up where they left off in the first half. Colin Curry squeezing it over. Lee Murphy, much to his credit, nailed the score. But then Na Fianna came with 4 points in a row to make it 116 to 12 points. This is the first of the four. Jack Maher. This is the second. Colin Curry with a free. Jack Maher, in basketball terms, had hot hands today. Stepping up again there. His second point of the second half. Donald Burke. Not a blockbuster performance by him today, but still good. And then Toomey stopped the rot somewhat for Cuala with a really much needed score. And that made it 13 points to 116. AJ Murphy made sure Na Fianna didn't have to wait too much longer for their next one. He put that one over. But then Colin O'Callaghan, who wasn't long off the bench, made it a 4-point match. Taking, turning, getting away from the Na Fianna defence, stepping inside Jesson there. And that was a really good finish between the keeper's legs. Nothing the keeper could do. Probably should have had a goal themselves by way of a response, Na Fianna, but then Joe Kavanagh, he was denied, he was unlucky, got the score out of it at the very least. Wasn't the one he wanted, but it'll do. And of course they followed it up then with another point. Liam Murphy never gave up. Kerwin battled away. Conor O'Callaghan got a good score there. Conor McHugh just stayed strong, made sure he didn't get in on goal, so O'Callaghan took his point. Feeney putting that one over. It was a good score. And then Burke. At this stage, Cuala probably needed goals, but when the opportunities came, they did take their points, as did Curry. Just keeping his team in front. Good running threat provided by Toomey today. Kerwin swinging that one over. And this is where Cuala were looking for goals, and a save from Jonathan Tracy, which was a good one. You'd expect him to save it, but what made it good was the fact that he diverted it away from goal. Colin Curry, who had a fine match, good skill, off the stick, couldn't take it into the hand because he would have been blown up, but stuck it over. No point in going for goal from there. It was a low percentage shot unless you're Paul Flynn. So he just took his point, Murphy. And this, well, it was a certain goal, I think, if Murphy got away, but grabbing onto him there was the defender, Groark. And Curry just guided over the resulting point. So if you're to look at the highlights, it probably, on appearance, seems a little easier than it actually was for Na Fianna. They did have to work hard, they did have to battle, but they did do all that and get their win. Cuala, for them, it's a disappointing result, but they did work incredibly hard, and I don't know if their management team would say they left it all out there. I think they did, but they would probably expect more of themselves because of what they've done and the kind of squad they have. They would look and say, well, if you win, it's a decent day. If you lose, it's a bad day, regardless of how that loss happened. So a bad day for Cuala, a good day for Na Fianna. 125 to 118, the final score. The final score in the other game in the group, Lucan 23 points, St. Bridget's 215. You'll be able to get group ramifications through dublingga.ie. And of course, stay tuned because, or logged on or whatever it is you do on YouTube. Up next, it is St. Vincent's against Crave Kieran. That one starts at 5:30, and we're looking forward to bringing you that match. So stay with us for the rest of the evening.